Okay, so this is homework for week 3, Monday night. The first question is asking us, what is the prime factorization of 64? Now, if you haven't looked at it, I will link below the video for prime factorization if you don't remember how to do it. So what I'm going to look for are two numbers that I can multiply together to get 64. And I happen to know that 8 times 8 gives me 64. Now, I know the number 8 is not prime, and I know the number 8 is not prime, so I'm going to reduce them down even more to 2 times 4, and I can do that for each. So both have 8. You know, 2 is a prime, and 2 is a prime. And again, I'm going to reduce down until I get only prime numbers. So, my prime factorization of 64 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So I'm just going to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if we're doing scientific notation, it is 2 to the 6th power. The next one says, round the numbers to the closest 100. So first I'm going to underline my 100 in each number so I know where I am rounding to. So whenever you're rounding, you look at the person next door. It's 5 or more, give it a shove. 4 below, let it go. So it would be 1. That 5 is going to give that 4 a shove. 1,500. 8, you look next door, it's a 3. So 4 and below, you let it go. So it stays the same. 1, I look next door, it's a 6. So it's going to bump up to a 2. And next to that 2 is another 2, so it is going to stay the same. Okay, so there is a multiplication problem for tonight, and I'm going to solve this using partial products. So the first thing I do is I break up the number by place value, and I'm going to give myself a little grid. So 2 times 9 is 18. Have to add in the rest of my place values, 1, 2, 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 times 1 is 2. We need to add my place values. 3 times 1 is 3. My tens. 2 times 4 is 8, but it's 4 20s, so I need to make that an 80. And then 3 times 4 is 12. From here, you need to add up, so I'm going to add this row, 18,280. Then I'm going to add the second row, 2,742. And now I'm going to add them together, but I'm going to line them up because I do not want to make an adding error because I didn't line them up. So 2, 8 plus 4 is 12, 7 plus 2 is 9 plus 1 is 10, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So my answer is 21,022. The next one is a subtraction problem. 2,000 minus 687. So I cannot take 7 from 0, so I need to borrow. But if you notice, you have to get to a point where you can borrow from someone, and that's our 2. So our 2,000 is going to give a place value to this 100. And from here, that becomes a 9 because it has to help out the tens, and then that becomes a 9 because it has to help out the 1. So now it's 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 6 is 3. 1 minus 1 is nothing. 1,313. The last problem for tonight is a word problem. It says Sharon drove 238 miles on Monday and 304 miles on Tuesday. How many miles did she drive in all? So I'm going to go back and look at what I know. I know she drove 238 miles on one day and then 304 miles the next day. So I want to know how many did she drive in all. So when I see that in all, I know I'm going to add. So I'm going to set my problem up. 238 plus 304 miles. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 0 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. And I'm going to add in my miles because that's my unit.